Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. So in this video, we're going to talk about how you can use your birth chart to build a large online following. So I tweeted about this the other day and a lot of people found it helpful, but then some people were like, I'm still very confused. So I just decided to do a video about it because, I just feel like if I go through it step by step in a video, then it'll cut down on the confusion. So first, let me just explain my thought process behind this method. So I was sitting down pondering, as I do because I'm an Aquarius. We're always thinking about everything, always always overthinking. And I was pondering how I can add more value to my platform, like my YouTube channel, my Twitter. Like, how can I make more valuable content for the people who follow me, right? And so then I was thinking to myself, in order to really make valuable content for people, you have to really know people, right? You have to know who your audience is. You have to know who your online community is. And what's the best way to get to know someone? To study their birth chart. I mean, for those of you who are astrology fiends like me, that's what we do. We like to study birth charts. It really helps you to get into the mind of the person, right? So then I remembered that you can actually find your followers' birth chart inside of your birth chart. If I can find my followers' birth chart within my birth chart, then I can study their birth chart and I can make better content. So that's my thought process behind that. I'm going to go step by step, through how to do this in case any of you are listening and you're like, girl, what the hell are you talking about? It sounds confusing, but it's really not. I'm going to show you. So in the description box, you're going to find the link to the site that I use to pull up my birth chart, right? So go ahead and pull that up and then you can literally just follow along step by step. I'm going to show you how I do it on the screen. Here is the site. This is my favorite site. I feel like it's the easiest to read birth charts on this site. So here's the site. You have to put in your information. So I'm putting in new mind frame and then putting in my birthday, February 5th, 1992. Y'all, I'm turning 31 next month. That is insane. Okay, so my birth time is 10:24 a.m. My location, where I was born in Jersey City. Go ahead and click that. And then boom, here is my chart in all of its glory. Now, don't pay attention to the left side of the chart, just pay attention to the right side. You see the side that starts with ascendant over here? This side, we're not paying no mind to that. We're paying attention to the houses. We're not paying attention to the planets. We're paying attention to the houses. So pay attention to the right side, right? So how do you locate your followers from here? You want to look at your 11th house. I wish I could draw on this. Maybe I can. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can figure out how to actually draw on this chart. Okay, y'all, I figured it out. So here is my chart. Like I said, that's the right side of the chart. And like I said, go to the 11th house, which is right here. That is the first house of your followers. Okay, so you are going to turn this. You see how it says 11th house? Cross that out. That's now the first house. Okay. You see how this says 12th house? Cross that out. That's now the second house, and so on and so forth. Up here, cross that out. That's now the third house. Cross this out. That's now the fourth house. So go on from there, and that's how your followers chart is going to look. So it's first house Aquarius, second house Pisces, third house Taurus, fourth house Gemini, fifth house Gemini, sixth house Cancer, seventh house Leo, 8th house Virgo, 9th house Scorpio, 10th house Sagittarius, 11th house Sagittarius, 12th house Capricorn. That is your followers' new chart. Like, that's their birth chart. Okay, so then all you want to do from there is to just research each part of the birth chart. So as you can see on mine, my followers' first house, also known as the ascendant, is in Aquarius. So I go online and look up Aquarius rising or Aquarius ascendant, same thing, and read information about that. That'll tell me about my followers. And then I can go to the next one, which is, Pisces second house. And I can go ahead and read up on Pisces second house. That'll tell me about my followers. And then I can go and read up on Taurus third house. That'll tell me about my followers. You see what I'm saying? It's like that your followers birth chart is within your birth chart. Now this looks kind of messy and confusing, so I'm going to write it out on a separate piece of paper just to show you. And yeah, I'm going to show you on a separate piece of paper just so this doesn't look so confusing. Okay, y'all, so we're in my notes app, and basically I just took this chart here. Remember I showed y'all this was my birth chart and how I turned my 11th house into my first house and then labeled the rest of the houses accordingly. So I just took all of this info and just put it in order up here, right? So you see Aquarius first, and you see it in the chart, Pisces second, Taurus third, Gemini fourth, Gemini fifth, and so on and so forth. So I just put it onto a different chart so it wouldn't be so confusing, because down here it looks confusing, right? It's like all scribbled on and whatever. It's confusing. So the new chart is up here. This is your followers' new chart. So basically from there, all you want to do is, like I said, study each part of your chart. It'll help you to get to know your followers better, and you'll be able to give them exactly what they need in terms of like valuable content. So for example, Pisces second house applies to my followers, right? Pisces second house. Literally, I'm just Googling it, right? Pisces second house. You can read any of these articles and it'll tell you about people with Pisces second house. Now, I'm going to read this one because it says 4 ways it affects you. So it's probably very organized. Okay, so it says, my God, it's an ad. Okay. It says Pisces in the second house means that you are not the most disciplined person when it comes to managing your resources, but you have faith in the universe that you will never have difficult money problems. Okay, so how can I take that and turn that into valuable content for my followers? Well, if my followers are not disciplined when it comes to managing their money, then maybe I can make a video about how to better manage your money, right? And that is something they will find valuable. Or it says you have faith in the universe that you'll never have difficult money problems. What does that sound like to you? To me, it sounds like manifestation, law of attraction, having faith that the universe will provide for you. So my followers will probably appreciate content about manifestation, which they do, because I just dropped a manifestation guide not too long ago. So you can see how already it fits, right? So let's look at another example. 4th house Gemini, right? Let's see. We're going to stick with this site. 5 ways it can affect you. Because like I said, it just seems like it would be more organized. Okay. It says when Gemini is in your 4th house, your family may value education and knowledge. You may have been a gifted child. You are likely to move a lot throughout your life as staying in one place may bore you. Okay, so how can I make valuable content for my followers around that? It says that you may have been a gifted child. I can make content for my followers who maybe they used to be like in the gifted and talented program when they were younger and in school, and now they find themselves burnt out, because that's something that's very common. Like I was a child who was in the gifted and talented program at school, and it's very common that those of us who were in that program end up being very burnt out because we have put a lot of stress and emphasis on performing well academically, like at a very young age. And so a lot of us are experiencing burnout as adults, right? And a lot of us also have ADHD. From what I've seen online, a lot of people who are in the gifted program, there's somehow this correlation between that and now finding out you have ADHD as an adult. So I can make ADHD content. I can make content about burnout. So then also it says you are likely to move a lot throughout your life. So I can make some sort of content surrounding that, like how to find the best place to move or the best place to live. Which cities would fit your personality best, which cities would be the best for you when it comes to healing, things of that sort. So you see what I mean? It's like you can really get to know your followers very well this way. And then it also says in here, your family may value education and knowledge. So I'll know that my followers, they want to be educated. They want to learn. So they will appreciate educational content. You see what I'm saying? So we're going to do the 8th house, and I'm going to explain to you why I'm picking the houses that I'm picking to use as examples. I'm going to explain to you in the end. So the 8th house is Virgo. Okay, it says Virgo in the 8th house often means that you like to have control in your relationship and experiences. It is difficult for you to get in touch with your wild side, and you tend to overanalyze your relationships. Okay, so right away, I can definitely see some content ideas already brewing in my mind. If you're someone who likes to have control in relationships, then you're most likely someone who has probably been hurt or abandoned in relationships, right? So I can make content about hurt and abandonment. Or I can even just make it directly about this, like, hey, are you someone who likes to have control in your relationships and experiences? Here's 5 ways you can combat that. You can literally just directly make content based off of the things that you look up on here, right? Also, people with Virgo in the eighth house, they also tend to be very, very self-critical. And I'm not seeing that on here. That's just something that I know from studying other people's birth charts. So I could also make a lot of content about being too self-critical and just over analyzing yourself too much to the point of being self-destructive. So that is something else that I can make content about. So let's look at my 12th house. My 12th house, or not my 12th house, my followers' 12th house is in Capricorn. Right. Okay. 12th house, Capricorn, 5 traits. It says, when Capricorn is in your 12th house, you may face some mental health struggles. Okay, obviously that sums up a lot of my content. Most of my content on my YouTube channel, on Twitter, is literally about difficulties with your mental health. You may be very critical of yourself and you may constantly question your own abilities. Y'all see what I mean with the critical of yourself? That showed up in the 8th house Virgo, and now it's showing up in the 12th house Capricorn. So like I said, this method will help you to get to know the people who are following you, and you can see already, like as I dive into the chart, that you see some commonalities between the houses. So like I said, you might be very critical of yourself, so I can make content teaching people how to not be as critical. And it says you may constantly question your own abilities, so I can make content, helping people to feel more confident and assured in their abilities. See what I'm saying? So if you scroll down these articles, of course you can read more about it, and that'll help you even more when it comes to creating your content. I've just been stopping at the top of the article because I don't want to make this video too long. But y'all see what I mean, right? Y'all see what I mean when I say that this new chart can really, really help you to make better content for your followers. Now, the reason that I chose the 4th house, the 8th house, and the 12th house to give y'all examples in this video is for a very specific reason. So basically, the 4th house, the 8th house, and the 12th houses are the intuitive houses in astrology. So these intuitive houses are going to help you to really, really get into like the depths of your followers. Like if you want to get into like their subconscious mind, like really get into their heart space, the 4th, the 8th, and the 12th are really going to help you to do that. Now, like I said before, I recommend studying all of it, like literally just Google each part and just take brief notes on each part of the chart, right? But I really do think that the 4th, the 8th, and the 12th are going to tell you the most that you need to know about your followers and how you can add the most value to them. Because like I said, these are the intuitive houses. These are the houses that are most connected to the subconscious, like what's going on underneath the surface. And I feel like getting to know that aspect of your followers is how you're really, really going to help to provide value for them, right? So yeah, study all of it, study all of the chart, but 4th, 8th, and 12th, I feel like you should pay extra close attention to that when it comes to getting to know your followers. So that is it. I really hope this was helpful. I really hope that this was not confusing. A couple of people were asking me if I could offer like a service where I would like help them to break this down. I do birth chart readings. I'm trying to figure out if I should just keep it as the birth chart reading or if I should make it a separate. I'm probably gonna keep it as just a birth chart reading, but you'll just have to indicate when you book that you want this specifically. I don't know yet. I'll figure it out before I post this, and I'll put it down in the description box if it's gonna be a separate service or if I'm gonna keep it at birth chart reading. But you'll know by the end of this video. The link to the service will be in the description box. So yeah, just a quick recap. Go to the site that I link in the description box to pull up your chart. Look at the right side of your chart only. Don't pay attention to the houses on the left. Just go straight to the right side, and then turn your 11th house into the 1st house, turn your 12th house into the 2nd house, and so on and so forth. And then so you won't get confused, go ahead and write all of that out onto a new, more organized chart. as you can see here, and that chart is going to be the chart of your followers, and you'll be able to really study this chart, get into the heart and the mind of your followers, and you'll be able to provide them a lot of valuable content. And because you're providing them with valuable content, they will be, a loyal community to you. You'll be able to build your community, to build your online following and things of that sort. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I hope that this was helpful. The link to book with me to help you out with this process will be in the description box down below. Bye.